Welcome to AHA Talks. I'm Cheyanne Sauter, the CEO of AHA Projects, and we support change makers like you with tools and resources you need to do work in your community. Follow us on Instagram and check out our website to keep up with all the exciting things we're up to. This collection of videos will provide bite-sized learning that you can apply immediately to your work.
I want to switch gears. I'd like to ask you about executive director as bookkeeper, hiring an outside bookkeeper, and hiring an accountant. I've started a number of nonprofits in my days, and I was the bookkeeper for a long time until we had the funds to be able to afford somebody, had enough and expenses to need to have professional track it. What's your recommendation? Is there a dollar amount? Is there a threshold where you go from, let's say, an Excel spreadsheet tracker to a more grown-up CPA style accounting system?
Yeah, definitely. And again, that is something very common with startup organizations or relatively small organizations. You don't have the funds to pay for it. You as the executive director, founder, you are the everything. You are the program mission specialist. You are the accountant. You are the fundraiser. You are the everything. But there will be a cost benefit to that. And at a certain point, when the program really starts running, when the funds do start coming in, that more and more of your time is being taken away from administrative tasks that are no longer your highest and best use. And I don't think there's a dollar value for that or a threshold of when that dollar hits. To me, it's when that highest and best use tips, where you are now taking away from the program or taking away from your real responsibility as an executive director to do the books of the organization. And so you'll want to make sure there are the funds to pay for it, of course. And so maybe that's the dollar threshold when you can afford to pay for it. But it becomes painful. It becomes something that is, like I said, taking you away from the mission. And as the executive director, your entire purpose is to propel that mission forward. And so when it starts taking away from your time and energy to be able to do that mission, it's time to start looking into a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper is going to help you get your information from that checkbook method of accounting, where you're just saying, do I have enough money to pay the bills in my bank account, to something more sophisticated, into a general ledger system, into an accounting system. The most common used accounting system that we encounter is QuickBooks. Whether it be desktop or online, more and more of our clients are going into online because it is where Intuit is pushing everybody. And you're also able to access it from anywhere. And so you'll put your information into QuickBooks Online, or your bookkeeper will. And it's just that a way to provide financial statements to you, to your board, to file that Form 990, and potentially if you do need an audit and bringing in an accountant or a CPA to perform that audit or to do your taxes, we'll be using that information. There's very significantly reduced rates for nonprofits through TechSoup, T-E-C-H Soup, S-O-U-P. So if you are a nonprofit looking to get into QuickBooks, make sure you go there first before subscribing.
And TechSoup is great. It's a great platform. They're a nonprofit themselves. You log in, they verify that you are an IRS or a nonprofit organization determined by the IRS. Then they give you access to a lot of software. CRMs are in there, QuickBooks Online. You can get Adobe Suite and other softwares for relatively inexpensive through them. Will a bookkeeper file a 990 for you? Or at that point, should you have a bookkeeper for day-to-day and a CPA annual?
It just depends on the bookkeeper. A Form 990N, there are bookkeepers who will often file that. You don't need to be a CPA to file a Form 990N. Once you get into the EZ and the full Form 990 categories, most bookkeepers aren't doing those forms for you. They'll recommend that you work with a CPA at that point. There's so many forms, and it is more complex than it maybe initially appears. And so many bookkeepers will say, hey, I'll get your books in order, I'll make it great, but you need to go to somebody else and have them file it for you. They also may not have access to the same software that CPA firms will to get those forms electronically filed. More bookkeepers used to file them when they were on paper forms, but once it moved to the electronic version, it does get cumbersome to file them yourself.
Thank you, that's super helpful.
Let us know what other videos you want us to produce, or if we can dive deeper into any one of these topics. If we don't have the answers, we definitely know someone that does. Thank you.